Hello, this is Dark Double Daddy, and I was going to say ahoy, because that seems a little more appropriate, but I'm not going to do that. This is Uncharted Waters 2, and this is going to be my first recommendation for the must-have for this system. It's a Sega system, the Genesis. I believe it's 32-bit. Also available on SNES. And if you try and get it online, you're probably going to have to use an emulator and then get yourself one of these little bad boys. Because of the fact that if you try and get it through Steam, the only people who were buying it were Japanese, it seems. And you can get the Japanese version. If you know Japanese, you're probably going to do well. I don't, so here I am. Anyway, if you notice, we're looking at the graphics quality of somewhere between Final Fantasy early days, Legend of Zelda, that kind of thing. There are actual plot lines here. There are 6 characters. I'm going to let you see another one real quick here. I don't know why they give so much time for reading. I mean, I read really quick, so it's like, Catalina. This red-haired pirate hails from Spain. She seeks revenge on Portugal for the mysterious loss of 2 men, her brother and her beloved. So yeah, she runs away, steals a ship, that kind of thing. And there's 4 others that have a great plot arc to them. That also sets up to a position, though, where there are going to be different objectives. So, Catalina, for instance, she wants to avenge the death of her lover. She is going to go into full-on piracy. Now, Otto, on the other hand, is a privateer, and he is at war with Spain, his own personal war. If you know your history from the Age of Exploration, look it up, actually. Just read that history, because it's a beautiful and horrible time frame. And some of the horror of the time frame is kind of left out of this game, which is good. I mean, how do I put it? If you're a merchant and you're teaching the kids that maybe they should take part in transatlantic slavery, you might have a problem there. I don't know. On the other end, this does even more than that. The Age of Exploration, meaning there's exploration and there's cartography. There are arcs involving that. There's also pirate hunting. So I think I've hit all 6. Oh, merchant. The one that I always forget because I just forget it. Now, throughout the game, you can pick up tips and tricks. This is as open world, literally, as you can get. Like, for instance, there's my crew. Do I want to go to Palma? No. Do I want to pick a fight with somebody? Yeah. She's been picking a lot of fights lately. I'm almost kind of curious as how that's going to interact with her on the social scene. Oh, by the way, you have a journal that shows your discoveries. This is a very recent start. See, she's got things she's picked off of people that she's stolen. And here's her little journal. Arrived in quite a pirate ship, served them a crushing defeat. Our fleet had a battle with the Spanish merchant ships. I pick a lot of fights with the Spanish, by the way, because it's who I'm here for, really. Not the real Spanish. There's crew management and there's officer management. You pick up multiple officers more than you need, and I'll show you the why. Chief navigator is on my ship. He's the one who I can set it to autopilot with. First mate helps run the crew better, more effectively. Bookkeeper, they're the ones that keep an eye on the prices. And then, at this point, I don't have extra crewmen, so I would want to pick some up, because if I go to battle, or crewmen, officers, if I go to battle and capture ships, I just don't have anyone to capture. So you stop by a port, you go to the diner or you go to the inn, and see if there's someone hanging around saying they're a vagabond sailor. Now, capitals are a very difficult place to pick them up at. I'm not going to lie. But I'm taking the port for other couple reasons here, so I can give you the port tour. Obviously, this is the dockyard. The scales trade, and different ports have different specialties. So if you want to pick up porcelain in China and drag it to England, you're going to find yourself some good money that way. And you can set up trade routes. You can set up your own trade circles. So, Di from Italy, Wolf from London, drop it off at, I believe, Amsterdam, and then take the clothes back to like Bordeaux, and perhaps, cloths at different places. You get the picture. This sword store is one of my favorites because that's where I sell all my stuff, but I also pick up new weapons, and there's also armor, meaning there's also direct combat in the game. It's set on the card system, so you get to lash, you get to slash, you get to stab. Now I'll try and get an example of sword combat in before we go. This is a guild where you pick up assignments. Here's the bar where you pick up drunken sailors and officers. Unfortunately, you can't just kidnap them, which is a bit of a bummer. And here's the thing about the bar. It's still a kid's game, so... Hey, sailor, do you like our tea? Seriously, tea. Yeah, I'm going to wait it for a moment. Hopefully I can pick up a few officers, because being shy on officers sucks. He's a pirate, actually. Can't buy me with treats. Another pirate. Another pirate. So I'm hanging out with 3 pirates, actually. Hopefully I can just murder them in the seas. The downside is without another officer, I can't... how to put it? Without the other officers, I can't capture their ships, and that's where a lot of big money is to be made in the game. That is a bit of a disappointment not having extra officers, but let's see if there's anyone here that might be. So, see, this is another place. Pilly Reese. You're kind of creeping me, Pilly. Oh, Vagabond, okay. And when they say there's no capable sailors, they're right. You stop by for sailors, and there's only like 14 there is what you're going to see. Oh, only experienced navigators. Mr. Stuck-Up. I see how it is. It's just like, you're trying to get yourself a nice job, and they're like, oh, we need experience, but I can't get experience without the job. Well, go get some experience. You suck. Anyway. So yeah, other great features. I like the barter trade system. I also like... There's actually no bartering, it's just a trade system. I also like the fact that I can sell off, we'll say, a malachite box. I usually keep these around in case I need it. Now I'm looking at 4,000 gold pieces. No. Sometimes they go 25,000. No. Oh, 36,000. See? So it's worth checking. So I'm going to do that. Let's see if they got anything I can buy. A cutlass, which I own. Lime juice. This gets me into the idea of there's scurvy in the game. There are some unpleasantnesses that are actually part of the piracy world. Aside from scurvy, you can loot villages. There is also rats that get on your ship, and there's rat poison or cats, depending on what you're lucky enough to find. There's also a way to detect how your crew's doing by way of the little fortune teller, which, it's kind of a weird thing, but it works. And there's also player stats. So there's stats for your navy, and there's stats for you. Now, let me bring you into that real quick here. Character info. Oh yeah, I didn't stick with Catalina. I went with Hobag. And I gave her some awful ship names. So there's like Clot and Scab, Pus, things like that. I don't know why I was in that kind of mood, but there we are. And if you notice, she's got the artillery thing going on there, and how do I put it? She's very high level in fencing, not so high in knowledge, so I'm going to have to go to places to get her taught things. I'm at total war with Spain, and have been, because of the fact, how do I put it? You steal one of their ships, commit mutiny, and then start attacking their government they get a little pissy. This is the Shipwrights. You can get your ships decked out and improved. Actually, I should show you my navy while I'm at it. Here's my fleet. Now, my fleet is all galleons at this point. Galleons, I think, are one of the best boats in the game for naval combat and shipping and exploration. So all around best boat. However, there's a huge variety of boats, and some things I actually am going to try later. For instance, there's a Hansa Cod, which is a very small boat, but there are some tributaries and things of the Nile that I believe, and I don't know for sure, might be inaccessible because of the fact I've got these big honking boats. Now, I'm going to go try and pick a fight real quick. Ahoy there, will you be off? Oh yeah, you definitely supply. And if you get an excess of boats, you can moor them in different ports. You can basically set up your whole fleet. So I got a whole thing of supplies. Oh yeah. 17 days, that's all I'm going to need to cause some trouble. Now, one of the other concepts that's pretty hard in this game is management of resources. And that's one of the things I love about the game. I'm kind of mathy anyway, so it's a very appealing thing. Oh, here might be my fight. Yeah. I'm not going to save this. I'm not trying to pick a fight with the Portuguese normally, but... Oh, by the way, you cannot... Oh, man, he's faster than I am. Why? Oh, I bet I know why. Oh boy. No, that's not the right one. Hold on a second. Sometimes I get a little lost in the, No, that's destinations. This is actually, the middle part is your kind of cruise control. You just set it out, let it go. There's some options. You can anchor, you have to be next to land, and then you can, like, look for water and stuff. You can talk with other people. They have to be close. Or you can just try and kick everyone's butt. And bam. Let's see who you are. Portuguese battle fleet. Portuguese merchant. Portuguese were very successful at this time, if you didn't know that. The Dutch. And what I'm doing is setting myself up to go boink right on top of them. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Lewis. You're going to be my weapon boy. Now, in battle, there are 3 different strategies. And these are the ones... The first strategy, and probably the easiest, is fencing. It has the card system. You go directly with the Commodore or Captain of the fleet and go right to them. The other, and one of my personal favorites, is outright just murdering the crew. So I'm going to not challenge the captain, so you can see that. Oh, good lord. I'm going to win it before I have a chance to actually battle them. Okay, now yes, you cannon fire. And I won. Oops. Alright, a lot of money. Oh, I can oh yeah, because I forgot. I thought you can actually use your other officers to capture ships. So I could capture these ships, which I'm not going to do at this point. But I'll let you take a look at some of the other ones. So now, if you notice there's a cannon there and a figurehead thing. The figurehead is actually useful in this game. I've got a pretty cool figurehead already. Different types of cannons, like this one that we're looking at here is a range cannon. Range cannons are great, but I've got a power cannon. Different boats also have different size cannons. If you look on the top right, it says 50-50. That is the hull strength. Below is crew capacity and how many crew are there. Speed, which I may actually pick one of these up for exploration because it's a nice little boat. Anyway, and this is a Brigantine. A lot more maneuverability. not so much in terms of capacity. This is the guy's fighter. But in this case, I'm going to let it go. Oh, raisins. Everyone loves raisins. I'm letting it go because I'm just doing a video. Sorry. It's kind of, you get in the habit of doing things in the process here. Anyway. All in all, I can really wholeheartedly recommend this game. There are so many fun and different parts of it. I'm going to take you on a bit of an exploration. Also fun. Oh, maybe I can get that out. Oh, you're running from me, punk? You running from me? He's actually doing what I was doing a second ago, which is patrolling to cause havoc. Come on, poke it along. Anyway, it is the full world map. It's not the most accurate thing because, look at the capacity here. Alright, battle fleet. Oh, it's so tempting to get in a sword battle, but I'm not going to. Because of the fact, and a pretty important fact, it takes time and you can lose them quite readily, especially since I don't have armor on my girl. I was looking for the fantasy armor, something that was like a metal bra, sexied up, but they just don't have it. Okay, truth is, I just haven't found a port that's carrying armor at the moment. Right there is a village next to the city of Alexandria. I'm going to stock up on food real quick, by the way. Oops. And you can search these villages, and they will eventually lead you to the riches that you seek. More to the point than that, the riches... Oh, this is another unrealistic thing. Okay, matey, how much supply do you need? Oh, 1,600 barrels. Get that right for you. Shove off. On the other hand, it would take forever. I mean, literally, it should be 2 days of loading and unloading, but who cares? I don't. I'm going down the Nile River. I got my job here, and this is going to be the last thing we're going to look at, because this is part of the game that is so beautiful to me. By the way, I'm going to show you a little something here. Okay, there's the anchor, there's the lookout. To crew, actually. That's what I need to see. Crew assignments. Right now, I've got what's a battle loadout. I've got roughly 30 to 40% of my men doing navigation, and I've got the remainder on the cannons and for direct crew combat. That means I can insanely overrun people. That's what I figured out from watching what the pirates are doing. Now, the thing that I do different than the pirates is I go right for the flagship and beat the hell out of them. Oh, wait, no, the pirates do that too. The pirates are actually pretty dangerous in the game, so you may not want to become a pirate hunter until you're a little more experienced. But let's go... Oh, sorry about that. Let's go to the little village, and this will be our end place, because it's kind of a nice place to end. Shall we land at the village? Yeah. So you don't actually go in the village. You can entertain. They're going to help us find stuff. Let's search. Ruins of an ancient civilization? The pyramid! Okay. Sorry. No, I don't mean to make soy faces at you. I drink black coffee. No soy milk. Sorry, kids. Anyway, I can plunder. Why not? I can search. I already searched. So I'm going to plunder. Why not? Because, hey, it's the age of exploration. That's what you do. Now, the funny thing is, and I didn't realize this until literally just yesterday, I have been playing this game since before many people were born. And I just learned this yesterday. You can plunder the village. I haven't found a limit, honestly. I was a little surprised. So, the reason why plundering is here, and it's a pretty important reason, is because the further you go down, the more likely you are to run out of food and water. Water's not too hard to get. Just not there. How about... I'll go a little further down. This looks good. I'll anchor, get water, search. Hey, you found a clear spring. Guess what? Unlimited water! Yay! So you have food, you have water, you can bring lumber along and do your own repairs. So, I mean, the depth and complexity, just the sheer amount of variance this game is, literally, you could play this game for months and not have the same experience. Now, there are little tricks and so forth. I may bring them up. I've just randomly found some weird stuff on Reddit that I used from time to time. Uh, Not even that much, but it was there for the really intense players. I'm not that intense. Again, Sega Genesis, SNES. You can, if you can learn how to go through and set up an emulator for yourself, you can do that. You cannot get it on Steam because the only version you're going to get is the Japanese one. Now, I do want to make note of one thing. I wish I made note of it from the beginning. Don't get the first Uncharted Waters. That's not this game. I'm going to try it again later, but for this point, I can't recommend it. It's very limited in its scope. I mean, you get the full world exploration, but you only get to be one character. You don't have the broad range of things and activities you can be doing, because I still haven't completely gotten it down. I'm trying to get this out as quick as I can and think about how much I gave you. The first Uncharted Waters doesn't have that. There's also now, and I haven't tried it yet, an Uncharted Waters MMO, and that is on Steam. You may want to give that a shot. Tell me if you like it. Please like and subscribe to my videos, by the way. I will be doing more of these. For the time being, I think this is going to be the most of my videos. I'm going to get away from as much gameplay and just try and give you a cool tour of things. So I'd like to say thank you for watching, and goats out.